Hi guys, it's me again. I wanted to share with you a couple dreams that I had recently. One of them I don't know if I really understand, but I do kind of get the gist of it. So I'm going to share that one first. Um, and I had this one like a couple weeks ago. And basically, what was happening is I was in a field with a lot of people. This seems to be a theme with these dreams. But I was in a field with a lot of people. There was a lot of people there. And again, there was a lot of people on phones or devices. They were looking down. They weren't paying attention to anything. And I was looking up at the sky. And suddenly, this giant whale, like huge whale, really big, was swimming in the sky and just kind of doing flips and just swimming around in the sky. And it had really kind eyes. I remember that. It was kind of interesting. But I was staring at this and I was like, whoa, it's a whale, guys. And I was like yelling at people, look up, look at this whale. Can you guys see the whale in the sky? And there was a few people who looked and they were like paying attention, but the majority of people just either glanced up or didn't even look at all. Like they just kind of glanced up and like, okay, whatever. And then some of them were just like never looked up from their phone. The person sitting next to me never even acknowledged that I was saying anything about anything. So then it changed from that to like it looked like constellations in the sky. Okay, so like the whale was swimming in the sky. It was daytime and it was like bright. It was like the middle of the day. So it was an obvious thing in the sky. Then it was dark and there were these constellation like outlines like you would see on the constellation maps. And I remember saying it's a unicorn, and then I looked around and there was a lot of people were missing suddenly, and then it was done. So I don't really know. I do know that there's a constellation, a whale constellation, and there is a unicorn constellation. At least that's what I found on one of the apps recently. What that mean, I have no idea. I don't know much about stars or anything like that. I just know that the Lord gave me this dream. And I think like the main point was there's obvious signs in the sky and people are totally not paying attention. So that's what I got from it. As like you should be able to see these things happening, and a lot of people are choosing to ignore it or not paying attention at all. So anyway, there's that. I also had what I believe was a vision. I was in my living room. This is kind of different. I was in my living room and I was standing with my back to the fireplace, and the fire was lit and everyone else had gone to bed, and the fire was about to die down and go out. But then suddenly it got really bright and lit up the whole room, and I was like, whoa, that's weird, and so I was just standing there and I felt like I was being embraced. I didn't turn around or anything. I just felt like I was being embraced by the Lord, and then I didn't have my glasses on, which, I've told you before, I can't see very well at all. I'm nearsighted, so all I can see is right in front of my face. But so my living room, it's long, really long, and at the other end is the kitchen, and it has the stove right across from the fireplace, basically. And so I didn't have my glasses on, and I was looking, and there's no way I can read the time, but I could read the time, and it was 2:22 in the morning. Yes, I was up at 2 in the morning. I got up to go pray and I just couldn't sleep. So it was 2:22 and I could see it clearly, and I was like, whoa, okay. And then it was like fanning out from that, I was seeing like pictures of, it was like dragon heads. It was like over and over, like different. They were different looking faces, but I knew it was a dragon. It was like just the faces of these dragons. And I think it was like 7, but I don't know exactly. I also saw what looked like a face of a lion. I saw what looked like the face of an eagle, and then I saw what looked like heaven in the background of that. And I don't know. I know that there's the Revelation 12, and then I think it's 4 or 5. It talks about the dragon being ready to devour the child. I know about that. I know that the Lion of Judah. I don't know what the eagle would represent exactly, but I just wanted to share it because it was very interesting. Like, I could see that stuff clearly. Like, that's why I knew it wasn't just my imagination. Like, it was like a real, and the thing about it again is these dragon heads or whatever, it didn't look like a solid, it looked like constellations again. It kind of looked like just an outline of a constellation. That's why I thought of the Revelation 12 sign. Also same with the lion and same with the eagle. They all kind of had that just like a greenish glowing outline. That's it. And I could still see the 222 on the clock. So it was very brief. It wasn't long. But the faces of the dragon kept changing, and they were like kind of opening their mouth like they were whatever a dragon does. The lion was not just sitting there passive, he was roaring. The dragons were roaring. The eagle was just kind of like on a perch kind of thing. But they were all like the outlines of constellations. Now the heaven was not like that though. It was golden. I also thought it could have been the New Jerusalem because it was like coming downward. And anyway, so I saw that. This was a different thing for me. I was very surprised by it. And then I couldn't sleep after that. So anyway, whatever the Lord's showing me, it's cool. And so, and I had been asking him, I was like, Lord, I'm not having any dreams. I'm feeling a little disconnected. I'm feeling kind of weird at the moment, but he's been showing me things. And even in the moments when I think, oh, he's not talking to me anymore or whatever, he does. And I realize when I start doing these videos, I'm like, oh, he has been talking to me. I just didn't put it all together as what he was doing. So, okay, I had one more dream, and this one was on December 31st. In the AM. I don't know what time it was, but it was in the morning hours. So I was in the lobby at a hospital, and a doctor, he wasn't in doctor garb or anything. I just knew he was a doctor. He came out, and the nurse too. They weren't in scrubs or anything like that. They just came out to the lobby to talk to me. And he was explaining to me all the things they were going to do to keep me comfortable because I was going to have a baby, apparently. So he was like telling me, we're going to get you this epidural, and you're going to be, we're going to do all these things to help you. But then right there in the lobby, they're like, let's just check her to make sure everything's okay. So the nurse just checks me, and it was very discreet, but everyone was there. It was weird. So then she's like, oh, she looks at the doctor and makes a face at him like, we can't do any of those things, because he's like, what, wait, she's in that much pain, she's that ready. And basically she said the baby's crowning, and so he's like, let's go. And that was it. And I woke up from that dream. So I know what that dream was about. It was about the church, and it was about the Revelation 12 sign. It was about this is getting ready to happen. This baby is going to be born very soon. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. There's nothing you can do to alleviate the pain that's coming. It's happening. Yeah. And okay, so all of my children were born C-section in real life. I have 5 daughters. I could not have any of them naturally. The first one I went into, though, I did have labor pains for 17 hours. So I do know labor is not fun. I remember I started to cry, and my husband was like, crying's not going to help. And I was like, oh, no. See, labor, all women can understand this better than anybody. We understand labor. If someone describes labor, you automatically go, okay, this is not going to be good. But I mean, some people have an easier time than others. But they had given me an epidural, and it only took on one side of my body. So like the other side of my body, I'm feeling all this pressure and pain and horribleness, and the other side is not feeling anything. It was the strangest feeling in the world. But I had been in labor for 17 hours and never dilated past 2. So they were like, well, we're going to have to take this baby out then. So whether you deliver naturally or C-section, this baby is going to come out. They're not going to leave it in there just because your body is not doing what it's supposed to do. Now, she was a little early, and that's part of the problem. So she was 3 weeks, early. So that's why I couldn't deliver her naturally. The others, just random things. I had high blood pressure, so I had the preeclampsia going on with my first, second, my third one. I didn't have preeclampsia, but she was huge. She was 9 pounds, 12 ounces. And then I had, and I think she was turned sideways or something. So she just wasn't going to be born that way. My 5th one, preeclampsia. 6th one, preeclampsia. Just preeclampsia. And so I had my babies early, and, no matter what, it's not fun. You're having surgery and stuff. I wish I could have delivered naturally. Sometimes I've been down on myself for it before. Like, I'm just not like a normal woman. I can't have a baby a normal way. I have to always have a C-section, but the Lord is good, and all my babies are healthy and strong and good, and I'm good. But the thing is, it took me a long time to recover after every single one of those surgeries, and each time it got worse and worse and worse. And, over the past 10 years, that many invasive surgeries just wreaked havoc. And I don't know why I'm telling you guys all this, but I'm just saying, we understand labor, and we understand the pain of delivery and labor and all of it. So that is why I can understand why Jesus used that as an explanation for this time period. Like, this is what it's like. But at the end, these prophecies will happen. This baby will be born. This is going to happen. Whether people want to believe it or not, it's going to happen. So anyway, my dream was very encouraging to me, because it just said to me, there's no time for the epidural. It's coming. So I don't know how soon, but I'm excited because I know it is very soon. And so I hope you guys are blessed by that. And I hope, if anybody has any insight on any of the dreams, then maybe you can tell me. Have a blessed day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.